morning, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. Today is Friday, January 21st. I'm Christina Krasnova.
And I'm Aubrey Galante.
Last Saturday, 4 people, including a rabbi, were taken hostage inside a synagogue in Colleyville during the morning service. A 911 call came in around 10:40 a.m., and a SWAT team was called in 15 minutes later. Negotiators spoke with the hostage taker throughout the day, and the man released one hostage around 5 p.m. A special FBI hostage rescue team also flew into Colleyville from Quantico, Virginia, and moved into the synagogue around 9 p.m., rescuing the remaining 3 hostages. The FBI killed the hostage taker, and the hostages were rescued without injuries. Officials identified the hostage taker as a 44-year-old Malik Faisal Akram, but have not released a definite motive.
Starbucks is no longer requiring its U.S. workers to be vaccinated against COVID-19, reversing a policy it announced earlier this month. In a memo sent Tuesday to its employees, the Seattle coffee giant said it was responding to last week's ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court. In a 6-3 vote, the court rejected the Biden administration's plan to require vaccines or regular COVID testing at companies with more than 100 workers.
In order to increase health and physical fitness, Prosper residents are encouraged to participate in the annual Mayor's Fitness Challenge, which occurs from January 18th to April 18th. To be a part of this challenge, individuals can register and download the tracking sheet on the Town of Prosper's website, exercise at least 90 minutes per week, document their fitness minutes, and submit their tracking sheets no later than April 24th to earn free t-shirts and be entered to win a Fitbit. Participants can also gain second entries into the Fitbit drawing by sending in selfies that include Town of Prosper park or trail signs.
Many students love to spend their vacations at the beach, but even from miles away from the shoreline, PHS students can make a difference and help keep the ocean clean. Diane Shaw has more on how small steps add up to create significant change.
The plastic straw revolution occurred in 2019, when all around the country, teens decided enough was enough and began toting around their own metal straws to save the turtles and stop ocean pollution. The effects of ocean pollution are far-reaching. Baby animals left orphaned, dolphins caught in nets, and turtles eating plastic, and new studies are showing that plastic left in the oceans is leaching toxins into marine life and water, and higher concentrations of these chemicals are being found in humans. But even though PHS students live 261 miles from the nearest coast, everyone has the ability to take steps to keep the oceans clean and animals safer. The first solution is to reduce your use of single-use plastics. Visco Girls promoted the idea of putting an end to the use of plastic straws, and avoiding single-use plastics whenever possible can tremendously benefit the environment. But another ocean polluter is microbeads, which are the little beads found in face washes such as Clean and Clear, as well as in exfoliating scrubs. But one of the biggest changes you can make is reducing your overall carbon footprint. Efforts to do so include biking instead of driving, wearing a sweater instead of cranking the heat, and cooking low-waste recipes. Walt Whitman once said, "To me, the sea is a continual miracle. The fishes that swim, the rocks, the motion of the waves, the ships, with men in them. What stranger miracles are there?" I'm Diane Shaw, reporting for Eagle Nation News.
Prosper spring seasons are teeing off, and some undefeated seasons are already in full swing. Grace Escobar is in studio with your Game Time Sports Update.
Thanks, Christina. Last Friday, the girls' basketball team traveled to McKinney Boyd and left the court with a 53-35 win. The Lady Eagles kept the weekend travel games going with a matchup against Denton Braswell, but weren't able to secure the win, losing to the Bengals 55-35. The Lady Eagles played again on Tuesday against Little Elm, falling short 65-57. The Lady Eagles will play again tonight in the arena at 6:15 against Denton Guyer. Speaking of Prosper basketball, the boys team matched up with McKinney Boyd on Friday, defeating the Broncos 51-42, with junior point guard Addison Harmon scoring 21 of these points. The Lady Eagles will played again on Tuesday against Little M and notched a 48-45 win. The boys will play again tonight against Denton Guyer in the arena at 7:30. Switching over to boys wrestling, the Eagles competed in the Sand Springs, Oklahoma tournament over the weekend and left the mats with a 15th place finish, with sophomore Sam Itorino taking home third. From the mats to the racks, the girls' powerlifting team had the first competition of the season yesterday and finished the event in 4th place. Also yesterday, the swim and dive team competed in the District 7 6A championship. Junior diver Shaylin Heyman ended the day with title of champion diver of the meet. Junior diver Emma Savage placed second. The event will continue today and tomorrow at 5 in the Denton ISD Natatorium. Moving over to the fairways, the boys golf team teed off in the Jaguar Classic earlier this week and finished the event in 12th place. In soccer news, the boys team had a 1-1 tie with Duncanville on Friday. The Eagles then had a dominant 6-0 win over LG Bell. Continuing with Eagle soccer wins over the weekend, the boys had a 4-0 win over Arlington Bowie. Speaking of Prosper soccer wins, the girls kept the undefeated season going with a 2-1 win over Rockwall Heath and a commanding 5-0 win over Pearland last weekend. On Tuesday, the Lady Eagles matched up with Keller Timber Creek and closed the night out with a 4-0 win. Lady Eagles will travel to Mustang Panther Stadium to take on Grapevine this afternoon at 4:45. I'll be back in a few moments with Cade Richardson and Caden De La Garza to discuss the Lady Eagles' dominant soccer season thus far. PHS has many students with a variety of unique talents and abilities. Abigail Easley has more on the PHS artists participating in the Regional Visual Arts Scholarship event.
Many of PHS's creative students are participating in the Visual Arts Scholastic event, also known as VACE. The event is a UIL-sanctioned competition for all the visual arts students in the state of Texas to enter. Students can choose to submit work they've completed during their art class, or they can create new pieces of work from original ideas.
VACE is a great opportunity for students because it adds this level of rigor that is outside the classroom setting where they can go and meet with a judge and get critique from their work, but also feedback from somebody outside PHS on their work.
This experience also provides the opportunity for students to learn and grow in their art pursuits.
Generally, they've been working for about 2 to 3 months by the time we go to competition on whatever artwork it is that they're bringing.
VACE competition will take place on February 12th when students will take their works to Frisco Memorial High School and meet one-on-one with the judges to tell them the stories and processes behind their works. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Abigail Easley.
The 6-0 girls soccer team has only given up 3 goals this season. One player who is really standing out to me is senior forward Jordan Herrera. I've mentioned her before and for a reason. She's already scored 6 goals so far, so I really think that she's going to be an influential player as the season progresses. Who are you looking out for?
I really think sophomore forward Brooklyn Miller's a standout player for this team so far. She's been a very good asset for that Eagles offense. She scored 5 goals this season. I really think we're going to continue to really hear her name throughout her sophomore season.
Yeah, for sure. Caden?
As you said, I'm also looking at Jordan Herrera. She's really just been leading our Eagle offense to the 6A second spot in the entire state of Texas. So this momentum that she's bringing to our team is really just going to help us steamroll through this entire division.
Yeah, the team overall is really impressive. What do you expect from the Lady Eagles this afternoon against Grapevine?
With Grapevine, they have 1 win and 1 tie this season. With their 1 game winning streak compared to our 6, it's not really fair. It's kind of outmatched. I think our momentum just going into this game will really be heavy for us, and we will just steamroll through this team.
Yeah, I agree. Kate?
I think we're really going to see a good game against Grapevine. They have a very balanced team. They're a very good offensive team and a very good defensive team, but they tend to play very inconsistent at times. So you really do never know what Grapevine team you're really going to get. So the Lady Eagles are going to have to be ready and have to continue to play that awesome soccer we've seen them play.
Yeah, I 100% agree. A number of courses at PHS allow students to pursue their passions and skills. Cross Nickerson takes a closer look at how culinary students are furthering their careers and hopes while also benefiting teachers and staff on campus.
With more than 16 different business and industry endorsement courses available to Prosper students, one class in particular is able to provide service to teachers and staff on a regular basis.
We have 4 levels of culinary at PHS, actually in Prosper ISD. So we start out with Intro to Culinary Arts, then we go to Culinary 1, and then you go up to Advanced Culinary, and then Practicum, and that's where we do our catering and teacher lunches and community events.
Culinary students offer a wide variety of services, including catering events and teacher lunches. Teacher lunches delivered on Tuesdays and Thursdays on campus. Goodman emails PHS staff forms every week with the menu items available. Teachers and staff respond with their orders, and the students deliver their prepared meals during the teacher lunch period.
The purpose of culinary, our hope, is for you to gain skills. So it's all about being able to not only provide for you, to be able to provide for your family, but to even be able to cook for an event for several hundred people.
I joined culinary because I really enjoyed cooking, and I wanted to kind of do something in school that was like following my passion. And when I found out that I could do culinary, it was really exciting for me. So now I joined, and I've been doing it for 4 years.
Over the years, the PHS culinary program has continued to grow and inspire future chefs. Many recipes of present practicum culinary are created by past students who have now moved on from being students to becoming professional chefs. I'm Cross Nickerson, reporting for Eagle Nation News.
After this short break, Myth or Comma spotlights Wednesday night's Expo Night and the benefits it provides incoming freshmen.
Congratulations to our PHS DECA state qualifiers. Salmith Bonda, Juliet Maldonado, Donda Patti Akil, Michaela Sexton, Kennedy Cooper, Amruta Soma, Dylan Corsaw, and Yuktha Pemasani.
On Wednesday, 8th graders from Prosper ISD schools visited PHS to explore the various electives and courses available to them next school year. Mithra Kama highlights how this annual event helps students further determine their desired paths.
On Wednesday evening, PHS welcomed soon-to-be freshmen to the many possible electives and involvement opportunities students have on campus. This expo was able to alleviate some of the overwhelming nature of a new school for incoming freshmen. The large range list of elective courses, including some of the clubs at Prosper High School, brought many curious faces. Students and parents alike were able to have a sneak peek into what different pathways and real-world experience PHS offers, all of which are aimed at helping them choose which directions they wish to take during their high school careers. The expansive list of possible electives range from architecture to culinary arts to digital art and are able to prepare students for any desired future careers. Middle school students in attendance were also given a variety of opportunities to speak with students currently in their programs of interest and even take part in some engaging and interactive activities. Students have until February 4th to make their selections for next year. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Mithra Kama.
From deaths in Hollywood to saving animals' lives, entertainment news never sleeps. Emily Diaz is in studio with this week's edition of Talent Talk.
Thanks, Aubrey. Even though it's just the beginning of 2022, we've already lost so many big names in Hollywood. This includes Sidney Poitier, the first African-American man to win an Academy Award for Best Actor, who died at the age of 94 on January 6 of natural causes. Poitier is known not only for his acting and directing talents, but also as a civil rights activist who marched alongside Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. On Wednesday, we lost yet another celebrity, Andre Leon Talley, a fashion designer for big names like Cardi B and Kim Kardashian. He died at the age of 73, leaving many Hollywood stars with heavy hearts. In movie news, last Friday, the new Scream movie was released with the return of several original cast members, including Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette. In its first weekend, it managed to scare away Spider-Man No Way Home with its $30.6 million debut in the box office. As of January 8th, Prosper ISD has initiated adjusted COVID-19 protocols. Madeline Wentz has more on what has changed and reminders on what hasn't regarding the requirements of the district.
Because COVID-19 is a constantly evolving virus, its protocols must also change frequently to account for new variants and data trends. The Center for Disease Control and the Texas Education Agency, TEA, recently updated their guidelines, and on January 8th, Prosper ISD adjusted its COVID-19 protocols to match those new procedures. Students are still required to isolate for 10 days following the onset of symptoms, but staff may return after only 5 days of quarantine, given that they've been fever-free for 24 hours and their symptoms have improved. This decision was made by TEA amid teacher shortages due to COVID-19 and still follows CDC guidelines.
If you feel sick at home, do not come into school and go to the school nurse.
Any person experiencing symptoms is required to submit a COVID-19 screening questionnaire to the school nurse, Mrs. Stewart, before coming on campus. Mrs. Stewart will then reach out to ask further questions before determining if that student or staff member may return in person. As of now, Prosper ISD is still allowing masks to remain optional for both students and staff. I'm Madeline Wentz, reporting for Eagle Nation News.
Tonight is Hawaiian night for the PHS boys and girls basketball games in the arena. So put on your best Hawaiian fit and come support the basketball programs as they take on Denton Geyer. Girls varsity tips off at 6:15 p.m. and boys follow at 7:30.
Coffee is a popular beverage among students, but the debate of where to get the coffee still remains. Allison Wood is at local Dunkin' to answer this question once and for all.
Thanks, Christina. A poll was sent out to the ENN Instagram account so students could choose which coffee shop was their favorite. I went to some of these coffee shops in person to get a closer look.
Located next to the Kroger by PHS is the quaint coffee shop Honeyloo's. With a comforting atmosphere helpful for students looking to study, this coffee shop offers a wide selection of house-made syrups to go along with their coffee, as well as baked goods if you're in the mood to munch on something while you drink your coffee. Dunkin' Donuts takes a more simplistic approach to coffee with both a smaller menu and a more minimalistic shop. If you've ever been overwhelmed by too many choices while ordering your coffee, this might be the place for you. Plus, you can enjoy one of Dunkin's donuts along with your coffee. If you're interested in this shop, there's a Dunkin' Donuts along Custer Road in McKinney. Located just up the road from Dunkin' Donuts is Dutch Bros. This coffee shop is quite unique, being that it is actually not a shop at all, but rather just a drive-thru. So if you are in the mood for coffee but need it quick, this is the place for you. Their menu offers a wide variety of flavored coffees, as well as the option to get any drink you'd like, sugar-free. Dutch Bros also goes beyond coffee in their menu, offering soda, tea, and energy drinks.
Overall, the poll resulted in a tie between Dunkin' Donuts and Dutch Bros. At one of the winning coffee shops, Dunkin' Donuts, I'm Allison Wood reporting for Eagle Nation News.
That's all we have for you today, Eagle Nation. I'm Aubrey Galante.
And I'm Christina Krasnova. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.